In the TV series Prison Break, the character played by Michael Scofield is a really good case study for self-mastery. He can be classified as a self-actualized human being. Most humans in the world will never master themselves. They'll remain at their animalistic way of living. And people in jail are the worst the worst of the worst. And their animal behavior is why they got themselves locked up. Whether they they're animalistic in the real world, but when they get to prison, that's now another environment, and due to their limitations and survival, now the whole animal aspect is brought out really well. And so what are the lessons that we can learn from Michael? Because he carried himself very graceful in the whole entire period he was there. Number one is critical thinking. Not only was he able to come up with a plan that will get him locked up, but he also tattooed the whole blueprint of the prison on his body with code and symbols, and only him would decode it. And he didn't just stop there. He thought of the alliances he needed to make, whether it was the helicopter from John or the money from D.B. Cooper, or the route they were gonna take, or where they were gonna go after the escape. He planned the entire thing, and that needs a lot of critical thinking.
I didn't kill that man, Michael.
The evidence says you did.
I was set up.
Put down your weapon!
I find it incumbent that you see the inside of a prison cell.
I'm looking for someone. A guy named Lincoln Burrows.
Man killed the vice president's brother.
Why you want to see Burroughs so bad anyhow?
Because he's my brother. I'm getting you out of here.
It's impossible.
Not if you design the place, it isn't.
You've seen the blueprints.
Better than that. I've got him on me. You find out who's trying to bury him.
Nobody's trying to bury him.
The evidence was cooked.
I think some people are afraid of using their brain cells. If you understood the power of the brain, then you would know that it doesn't have limitations. You're the one who puts limits on it. So you can start by training yourself to think of small things, find like small solutions to your problems. Like, that's how exercise your brain. Read a lot, decode stuff, then you would start to exercise your brain little by little. Don't be afraid to use your brain. Think, really think about things deeply. Venture into topics that cause you to think about stuff. If you want to be a mastered human being, you have to use this. Number two is emotional regulation. I know most people, when they would be in a courtroom and your brother was given a death penalty, most people would cry out, shout at the judge, cause a tantrum and fall on deaf ears. But what Michael did is he immediately started on working on a plan because the judicial system had failed his brother. And so he felt it was up to him now to take on the role of saving his brother. And so he controlled himself and came up with a plan. We also see an instant where he wouldn't give up the name that John needed, the guy who testified, so that he can be locked up. And he would rather lose his 2 toes than screw up the whole plan. Imagine losing 2 toes and being really controlled about it. That requires an enormous strength.
Now, I'm gonna count to 3. 1.
I give you that information. I'm a dead man. You know it, and I know it.
2.
I'll tell you the moment we're outside those walls, not a second before.
You tell me now.
Not gonna happen, John.
Hey, I'm gonna give you one last chance.
Guys, I'll take it from here. I said thank you, I'll take it from here.
Let's go.
Okay, let's take a look at you. You're okay. You're okay. What happened?
Nothing.
This isn't nothing, Michael. I need you to tell me what happened.
Don't make me lie to you. Please.
Imagine having someone like T-Bug tag along, a registered pedo. And he had no choice because he kept saying he would sing like a bird if he was not among the escapees.
Quite a bit about. What a shame the conversation's over.
Really now? That ain't a way to treat a teammate? I'm coming along on this endeavor whether you like it or not. 'Cause I got a hell of a singing voice otherwise.
I won't take that piece of crap along. I won't do it.
Me neither. We won't have to. He'll be out of the picture soon enough.
Imagine that level of emotional control. There are danger to the world and you can't do anything about it because your brother comes first. And that's your whole purpose in there. We'll always get triggered in our day-to-day life. But how we react is what matters. And for you to be a self-mastered human being, you have to put those reactions in check. You can't really always give in to your animalistic ways. If you want to ascend, you have to learn how to control yourself. Number 3 is tunnel vision. Nothing would sway him off the path of getting his brother out. That was his sole mission, and all he could see was the end. Can you look at your goals and really see nothing else? It doesn't matter the amount of distractions on your path or setbacks. Can you really just see your goal? Nothing else. You don't see anything else. Those little things do not scratch you one bit. You're really just focused on what you want to achieve. That is having tunnel vision. As soon as he got there, there were so many challenges that met him, whether it's something going the way it's not supposed to. There are so many setbacks. There's even a time where he was going to be sent in the SHU, where they lock you up for days in this dark room. And he really thought first of how to get out of that situation by offering his skills to make the structure of the Taj Mahal that the warden wanted for his wife's anniversary. And which leads to point number 4, which is his skill sets. If he had not learned how to be a structural engineer, a lot of that planning would not have happened. He was the brains behind the whole mission. Yeah, you can say he was a genius, but a lot of that was due to his skill set. He understood the blueprint of the prison, creating certain things, items that would help in their escape.
Well, people who suffer from low latent inhibition see everyday things just like you or I do, like this lamp, for instance. But where we just process the image of a lamp, they process everything. The stem, the bulb, the bolts, even the washers inside. Their brains are more open to incoming stimuli in the surrounding environment. Other people's brains, yours and mine, shut out the same information. We have to do it in order to keep our sanity. If someone with a low IQ has low latent inhibition, it almost always results in mental illness. But if someone has a high IQ, it almost always results in creative genius.
Do you think Michael's a genius?
Well, I think that word's been derogated in the media these days. But in the classic sense of the word, yes, I do.
Having multiple skills is a really good thing because you never know when you're gonna need a certain skill. When a certain skill will be really helpful. Number 5 is quick thinker. He was able to think fast when it came to setbacks or the challenges that they faced. Like when they came to a point where it was like final, his brother was getting executed and they had not broken out. He came up with a plan where he captured a rat that would go and chew on the wires of the chair that was supposed to execute his brother. Yeah, such situations, he was really quick to think and come up with a solution. Number 6 is mental discipline. For his plan to come into fruition, he had to weigh the pros and cons of every decision he made. He had to have razor-sharp focus on the outcome and not the delays, the setbacks, or the challenges while running against the clock. Even things like snoozing or choosing to wake up in the morning requires a lot of mental discipline. It can be a really tiny thing, but if you look at the grand scale of things, that little snooze button is the start of a productive day, a day where you get things accomplished. So you might look at it like, it's just a few minutes, but you never know when opportunity calls. And success is when opportunity meets preparation. And point number 7 is purpose. Yeah, he could have been an engineer, sat behind a desk, or build stuff for the rest of his life, get married, have kids, and die. But he had a very short time. He actually died due to the nosebleeds he used to experience, the condition he had. And in that short amount of the time left for him to live, he served his purpose. The ignition to him living his purpose was saving his brother. But that made him not only save his brother, but other people who needed help.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, it's not a problem.
Impressive resume.
Thank you.
Tell me why you chose to pursue a career in engineering.
Well, I've always been interested in structure, geometry, how things fit together, how an object that performs a function can also be a work of art.
What about the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Understand that our gifts are not ours to keep. They're for us to share them with the world. Everything up to his brother getting arrested was preparing him for his purpose. I know most people say they don't know what their purpose is, but it will come to you if you're in alignment with who you're meant to be. We cannot all have these grand purposes. Like we can't all be heroes. That's where villains come in. Because if they're not villains, if they're not bad guys, then we don't need the heroes. So maybe your purpose is to be a villain. Somebody's purpose is to save the world. And that's where my next lesson will come in. The psychology of the Joker. I don't just watch movies for the sake of watching them. I watch them from an educational standpoint. And Prison Break is one of those shows that I will never get tired or bored of watching. And every time I watch it, I get something out of it. I learn something. So the next time we'll be looking at the Joker and the lessons we can learn from the Joker.